Once upon a time, I messed around with the camera position to find out, will this angle work? Hey everybody, welcome back to BellTube. I am Brian Bell, and today I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on what I think we're going to do on the channel for the month of December. Some of it I've talked about in prior videos, but I wanted to be a little bit more clear of what you can expect from BellTube in my rather patented brand of bookish nonsense. Anyway, before we get too much into that, I wanted to let you know that I just finished The Bloodstones by Tori Tekken last night. It's incredible. You need to go buy this book. It's epic fantasy. It's dark fantasy. And I've just left a review on Goodreads. You can check it out if you like. Also want to say thank you to Tori Tekken for providing me an advanced reader copy so I could check it out. I am always very honest, and this is a really good book. The Bloodstones is a very much character-first driven book. We follow about three main protagonists, kind of two and a half, but you'll see as you get into it. It's incredible. The book releases this week. I strongly suggest you go get yourself a copy. So, having just finished The Bloodstones, it's time for what's coming next on my TBR. And as I promised you, we are going back to the Sun Eater series with Book 2, Howling Dark by the great Christopher Ruocchio. I am very excited about Howling Dark. I've heard nothing but great things about Howling Dark. As a matter of fact, I've had a couple booktubers reach out to me to have a discussion sometime this January about our thoughts on Howling Dark, and I very, very anxiously said yes, because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot to talk about. That series, to me, it's already growing on me, and in the couple of weeks it's been since I finished Empire of Silence, it's stuck with me. And books don't always do that. Sometimes I feel like my brain is a recording device that continuously over-records and overwrites the last thing that I just read to make space for the new stuff. But Empire of Silence has absolutely stayed with me, and I want to know what happens next in this story. And from what everybody is saying, Howling Dark is superior in almost every way to Empire of Silence. So I'm very much looking forward to getting started at that, and that's going to happen later on this afternoon. We're going to do a video this month that I'm pretty excited about, but I'm a little wary about, and it's going to be the top 5, maybe top 10 of my most disappointing reads for 2023. I had a pretty good reading year, so I don't think that there may not even be 10 books in total. I know there's at least 5. 5 of them actually might come from one series, but we'll get to that. So that's coming up on the channel. We're also going to be taking a look at some of my favorite urban fantasy series, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to just kind of list them or if I'm going to break them down one by one into several different videos. I'm inclined for the latter because I think they each deserve their own content, and my content's never going to be all that long. We're talking about 10 to 20-ish minutes or so. I don't really foresee me going over that because honestly, how much of my nonsense can you take? So we're going to get into urban fantasy. There's a lot of series I want to share with you that I have found to be incredible. Another topic that we're going to discuss in December are a series of fantasy and science fiction books that are very popular, but I haven't read them yet. There's not a lot of them, but there are some pretty big ones. And I suspect some of you out there are going to be going, pulling your hair out going, Brian, you have a BookTube channel. How have you not read blank yet? Well, it may surprise you, but some of these I just have kind of shelved or put on the back burner indefinitely. And we may even do a little bit of viewer interaction. Maybe I'll put up a community poll and let the viewers decide which of these big series that I take on moving forward into 2024. Another episode that I want to do in the month of December is to discuss my top 10 favorite Audible narrators. Again, as I've mentioned in other videos, I tend to listen to a lot of lit RPG on Audible. And so you run into a little bit of crisscross and crossover, I should say, of narrators that do a lot in that genre, but there's certainly enough that I can share with you some that are worth your time to go take a look at in the Audible section. Some of them do just purely lit RPG, but some of them do expansive into fantasy, science fiction, and regular literary fiction, and they're all great actors. And to me, when I'm going to listen to a book, a lot of my opinion of that book kind of turns into however the narrator performed it. So these are going to be narrators that I think will elevate the written material so much so that it's probably a better read to listen to than an eye read. And those are out there, and then we're going to talk about them in December. Another video that I want to do in the month of December is my 2023 holiday special. You know I'm going to bring some nonsense to the holiday special. I already have an outline of exactly what I want to do. I celebrate Hanukkah, not Christmas, so rest assured it will definitely be a BellTube original when that happens. Now, Hanukkah falls, I think, between the first and the second week of December, so look for that one pretty soon. I've actually reached out to a local business in hopes that they might sponsor the video because it's very bookish and it's very booktuber-ish. And I know that you guys are going to appreciate it. So I hope I can pull it together pretty quickly here in the next couple of weeks. Of course, in December, we're going to have to do one of the most popular videos in BookTube, and that's listing my top 10 reads of the year 2023. I've pretty much written this list out already. However, the book that I held up earlier, Howling Dark, I don't want to make this list in permanent ink, so to speak, until I finish that book, because there is a chance it creeps its way into the top 10. And I don't want to come out with that list prematurely before I give Mr. Rocchio a fair shake to make it onto that list. But it is a strong list. Like I said, this year has been spectacular for reading. I get a lot of my suggestions lately from other booktubers. Up until about, I want to say about 2 or 3 years ago, that never happened. I just read whatever I felt like reading. And then, like I said in the very first video that I made, once I ran across Mike's book reviews, I found all kinds of series. In fact, look out, Mike, I might even do a video of the top 10 series I read because of Mike, which I think might be kind of fun to do. Okay, I've been waiting to tell you about this one, but I'm really excited for January. I'm not giving away any spoilers what I'm doing in January, but it is not going to be a typical TBR. In fact, last night I reached out to 5 other booktubers with an idea that I had and kind of asked them, is this a good idea? Is this a stupid idea? And all of them said it was a pretty cool idea. That's going to be what I'm going to be doing in January. And I'm going to make a video still in December explaining what it is, why I'm doing it, and what I hope to share with the BellTube community from doing it in the first place. So this is more or less kind of a channel update of what I'd like to do during the month of December. I'm trying to, as a creator, split my content into typically the more traditional booktube types of videos where you're going to get TBRs, you're going to get what am I reading, you're going to get, some book reviews, but probably not dedicated book reviews, because I think you can find those in much probably better places than you can find them on BellTube. But I also want to mix in, as you know, my usual levels of wild creativity at times, or at least I think they're creative. I want to put plenty of that material in too, because one of the things that interests me most about having a channel is the ability to basically self-edit and self-censor, or lack thereof. And if I want to make videos that are completely crazy and put an 80s hairband rock wig on, I'm going to do it. By the way, I know a lot of you have been asking for when the next installment of Rock Pairings is going to be. I'll have an announcement about that sometime in December or in January. Another thing that I wanted to bring up real quick is that I've been asked to be on the Beard of Darkness' BookTube channel. That's going to happen the 3rd week of December. I've also been asked to appear on Tori Tekken's channel, Tori Talks. That's going to happen sometime in January, and I'm very excited for that conversation. I hope to see a lot of you in that chat room as well. So that's kind of what I've got lined up for the month of December in terms of channel content. As usual, I'd like to leave you one for the road, and today it's going to be about new things. That's our theme. I love learning new things. And I know some people kind of shy away from new stuff in favor of kind of the tested and true and the standard. And my challenge for you today is think about a couple of things, maybe just brainstorm. This isn't going to require any actual activity besides maybe jotting down, if I could learn something new, or if I could try something new. Is it a new activity? Is it a new food? Is it a new recipe? Is it a new book? Whatever it is, if you could jot down a couple of things that are new to you, that have interest for you, I think they're worth exploring, at least just to get your mind thinking about something new and break out of some of the habits that we have of just staying with the tested and true and never really meandering off our beaten path. That's my BellTube channel update for you today. I hope you have a great week. Please do leave in the comments what you think about this channel lineup. Of course, if you like the video, share it with other people, share the channel with other people, like and subscribe. I'm putting that at the end of this video because if there's 3 or 4 of you that have made it this far, chances are you're already subscribers, but I know you can share it with other people, so do me a favor and do that. Have a great day. Have a great week. I will be back in probably about 2 or 3 days with an exciting episode of BellTube, and here's your fortune.